Hello, welcome back to some more Hearts of Iron 4. So, right where we left off last time, I'm going to jump right into it. We had just finished our national focus. I believe it was the treaty with the USSR, or maybe the Rhineland. Can't remember. Either way, we finished one of them. So Anschluss is the next thing we're aiming for, but we need more manpower in divisions in the field. So we can see right now, see army manpower. I hope the mouse is lined up this time. I had that issue. Oh, it isn't. Hmm. Okay, so wherever my mouse is, a little bit to the left is where it actually is. So I hope that I'll get that fixed for next time. I guess I lied in the description of the last episode, but don't worry too much about that. So you can see manpower. Army is at 416,000 men, and maybe women. But well, no, they didn't have women. Women didn't exist back then, not in the army, anyways. Um, so yes, so that's how many we have. So we need 550,000 in order to take over Austria, to just make it our own. So in the meantime, what we're going to be doing is, I believe we're going to go down this industrial effort thing to try and get this extra research slot. First, what do we need for rocketry? We need air innovations and industrial innovations. So we're going to do air innovations because that gives us research bonuses. We should be playing in the meantime. We're going to be doing air innovations, and then once that's finished, we'll go down the uh, industry tree. All right, so let's assign you guys. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Division assignment mode here. There's a bunch of other options we can do here. I'll naval invasion and paratroop. Those are for Marines and paratroopers. Although you can invade navally with non-Marines. You can do it with anything. It's just Marines are way better at it. Those are pretty easy. Once we start fighting a war, I'll show you those. Front line is what I did to make these. Offensive line. So let's say we're planning to invade Czechoslovakia. We would draw something like so. And right now it's red because it thinks I've just got those two divisions assigned. So the only two divisions that are actually going to do this are the two that I selected. So if I select those 17, then division assignment mode. So now these divisions all along the border will slowly push in and push up to this line, and this will be the new front line, ideally. And they'll do that automatically when I hit this little button here. Um, and you can see how likely it is to succeed. So they're saying it's risky. Oh, nice, we just did the Olympics. That event's the same every time. It's just like a flavor thing. So you can see inferior enemy 100%. So yeah, you could have way more troops than them. We could steamroll them. However, they are fortified. Uh, excuse me. These allergies are still acting up. So division's still preparing. So there's a little there's a bar somewhere along there. Bar. Where is that? Is it? Yeah, here it is. So their attack bonus is 50% because they are prepared to attack. We told all the soldiers what the plan is, and they're like, all right, so you're gonna, march through and do this and that, and this is what you're gonna encounter, and you know, fighting these guys and yada yada yada. So they know what they're expecting, so they're all prepared. But the enemy is fortified. So see here, 6 out of 10. That's quite a lot. Like these guys are really entrenched. Um, so for us to try and push into these provinces, it'll be much more difficult. But we're probably not going to execute this plan. We're going to have it just in case. And I think I will do one for these guys as well, just in case something unexpected happens. And we can actually do multiple. So there's that one, and then we have, oh, maybe like that. So we have and then we can do these in sequence. So they're actually quite handy. Um, so obviously we don't have enough divisions assigned to the Polish front, and that's why this one is red, even though we don't even have a plan, because we're not more powerful than the enemy here. And, oh, something just happened. Spanish Civil War, yeah! Yes. Okay. Let's see. How many volunteers will you accept? We can send 2 right now. Okay, so let's find. Yeah, these 2 SS actually are what we're going to send. And then these 2 guys just go join that theater. Oh, and the invasion of Italy was successful. Or, invasion of Italy. Invasion of Ethiopia. Okay, so the nationalists here are fascists. They're on our team. So we're going to send volunteers. And, again, that's... Oh, here's our 2 divisions. And so in a little while, those troops will arrive, and I'll be able to command them, and they will be helping the nationalists fight against the Republicans. And so these are troops under my control. And because of the way the nature of the Spanish Civil War and the nature of the AI, it's pretty easy to affect who you want to win. So if you're playing as France or UK, you can't send volunteers immediately because you're democracy, and democracies can't send volunteers. However, in your focus tree, I believe, especially for France, um, it is possible. If I can find it here. I played as France. I know it's in here somewhere. Um, there's a thing that lets you send volunteers. Republican intervention, and then there's also you can also go fascist and nationalist intervention. But Republican intervention, you can. Oh, they arrived. Nice. You can send volunteers to the Spanish Civil War, and I believe that exists for Britain as well. Air Innovations 2. Nice. We're going to quickly jump on this and do Reichs Autobahn. So I'm literally just building the Autobahn. All right, where is our... Oh, and we can see his battle plan. So you can see what he's trying to do here. Francisco Franco is trying to do, because I'm now technically sort of allied to him in a weird way. Oh, here's our divisions. Um, we can't see how these battles are going because we don't have good intel. But we're going to assign Rommel? Manstein. I'm going to put Manstein. Manstein. Eric von Manstein. Because he's a little bit better. Oh, and generals level up as well. They get more perks and stuff. So by the end of this, he'll have like all sorts of stuff. All right. So these guys are going to join in this attack. Oh, it's not going well. So red means we're losing, but the higher number means it's generally in our favor. So, or the color means the momentum. So green, the momentum is in our favor, and we've got more of the kind of the battle score. So you can see one of our divisions has hopped into battle here, and now both of them have. So these are the divisions that are fighting, and this is our combat width. So the width of our divisions is very important because that affects how many of them can be in battle at a certain time. So with just 2, it's not that crucial. But once we start getting into big battles, it'll be really, really crucial to be as efficient as possible, getting as many of our troops into combat as possible. And the way we do that is by changing up our divisions. So here's our SS. We have 9 brigades or units of motorized infantry. That's what is making up those 2 divisions. And so right in here, combat width is 18. So ideally, we want you can fit 4 divisions with a width of 20. Yeah, see, I'm pointing at it. You can't see my finger, obviously. So if we were to say add another motorized infantry, that would bring the combat width up to 20. Suppression goes up, organization, HP, heart attack, defense, breakthrough. Piercing goes down slightly. Supply use goes up, obviously. Weight goes up. That's for also has to do with supply use. But really, we want this soft attack and hard attack to go up. Organization, HP. So the unit gets stronger. And we're going to save that, spending some of our army experience. And now these guys will slowly fill up to be that. And now they are more efficient for combat width. However, we're going to change them up later because right now they are entirely motorized infantry. They have some support brigades, but they don't have any actual artillery attached to them, any artillery units. So, oh, there's the tank. Good timing, because we need to start researching the Grille, which is that's a little ahead of time. How long is that going to take? 2 years ahead of time. Well, we'll find out how long it's going to take. Base cost, yeah, it will not take long. So that's self-propelled artillery. So that's a tank with an artillery gun on top of it. So for foot soldiers, what I'm going to do is have, and for our motorized, is have these self-propelled artillery tanks go with them, because they are way better than regular towed artillery. They're just better in a lot of ways. So it makes so much more sense to use those instead of regular artillery if we have the production. And we're Germany, so we do. If we were like Canada, you know, great country, by the way, you should visit sometime, then maybe we don't have the industrial capacity to be pumping out tanks with artillery guns on them, and we don't have the research to get that, so we're just going to stick with our regular artillery. We're going to get the next level of mobile warfare. As long as we have the bonuses, I'm going to keep doing that. And the war's going pretty well right now. I mean, it's still early days, but almost every battle that we engage in... oh, we got a bunch more research. All right, so can we get 1936? No, still too early. 37. We're going to get construction, and we're also going to get the next level of oil plant. Oh, now these guys are attacking us. So those two are construction makes you build things faster, and oil plant lets you get another level of synthetic refineries, which we'll need. Because if you remember from last episode, we're still building a bunch of these, but you can only, right now with our technology, we can only build one in each province. So soon we'll be looking to upgrade that. We can modify our government, and I was not looking at that. So we're at partial mobilization right now. We're just going to jump to war economy. I may be wrong about this. This is one thing I'm not 100% sure on, but I'm almost certain that there's no penalties in terms of your mobilization to going to maximum mobilization. There's restrictions, like you can't always do it, but there's no reason not to just fully load out on our war economy. So now we get more civilian factories because we're making less consumer goods, and we'll have more stuff being produced in terms of, you know, more efficient production and things. All right, so we need less of those, more of these, and we have idle airplanes. That'll just be like that because these BF-109s, we have 360 of them. That's not enough. I'm just gonna top up our trade. Are we all? Yeah, we're all good on trading. Who else do we want in our government? Actually, let's look at military chief of army, organization, offense, maneuver, or drill. I'm gonna go with Keitel right now, which will make our divisions train faster. Later, once we go to war, we can trade him out for someone like the faster divisions guy, which we're blitzkrieging, so that makes sense for us. Not really gonna worry about too much. Well, aircraft designer. Yeah, we'll grab Focke-Wulf. I don't know how to. And then we'll leave that for now. Theorist. Oh, yes. I'm going to grab that guy. I should have grabbed him sooner. Because one of the things we're limited by is army experience. So the Spanish Civil War, where are our troops? Our troops should always be attacking. Because that gives us army experience that we can use to change up our divisions. Normally, we're restricted because we can't change these until... yeah, we want artillery. Why is that being strange? Here we go. Artillery and one more artillery. And then that gives us combat width 23. Can I remove that? 20. Yeah, okay. So that gives us good combat width. I'm also going to add recon company. So some stuff goes up, some stuff goes down. Most importantly, our soft attack goes up. And that looks good. Excuse me here. These allergies are just killing me. So we'll save that. SS division, we're going to get the mobile... oh, we're losing this battle. No, it's close. I'm going to let that go. It's right on the edge of if we're winning it or not. Let's check out our Panzer divisions. So our Panzer divisions, what I want to do to these is add medium tanks to them. So that brings our combat width up to 12. So if we add another light tank, and another medium tank, it brings it up to 18. What if I take this one out? That's 16, so that leaves 2 slots for... Actually, what if we take both of these out? So, light tanks, medium tanks... oh, we can't afford this anyways. I'm just thinking about this now, because we want... we're also going to want our self-propelled artillery to fit in that division. So, as soon as that research finishes, we're... Oh, yeah, and it just finished. Oh, talk about good timing. So we can forget about artillery now. That's going to be my strategy. It's not everyone's strategy. It's not going to work for everyone. But that's what we're going to do. Infantry, 7, nothing new here. We're going to get some support divisions, namely this maintenance company, which should help any division that uses anything with an engine. Okay, so the infantry that I just changed out to artillery, we're going to change you to move those. Oh, there's our... actually, I'm going to fix that. For some reason, the division designer is being weird. The industrial effort one, national focuses are always really, really, really good to get. I highly recommend those. Okay, so we're going to... No, we want to take you out. And then we're going to add... What? Oh! Our troops got wiped out. I guess I really should have paid attention to that. Well, it serves me right. So, either their organization and strength got down to 0, or they got encircled and then wiped out. I don't see how that could have happened. Basically, your troops can get overrun, but it's rare. So, let's just finish editing these guys. I keep closing this and getting distracted. Last distraction. All right, we're just gonna up you like that. Up you. Get it? You know, because it. All right. If I can finally remove, mobile, no, armor, medium self-propelled artillery. Medium self-propelled artillery. Can we save that? No, of course we can't afford it. But we can save that, which will start moving us in the right direction. Deploy units. Oh, we have undeployed units. Okay, so we've got 2 more SS divisions. Hey guys, would you like to volunteer? I've got a special mission for you. You guys are just going to stick in the Polish theater and like so. And we're going to send some more troops to help James Franco in his... oh, we can send 3 now. Well, we'll stick to 2. I mean, we don't want to lose too many. So that's never happened to me before, and I was pretty distracted there. So that's my bad. Let's check if we can modify our government again. Material designer, industrial concern. I'm gonna grab this one. I know I should pay more attention. I don't pay enough attention to these. High-level players really change these out on a regular basis based on what they're producing. Me, I kind of just pick one that seems good and then stick with it. So, we've got lots of airplanes. Once we get closer to fighting an actual war, I'll show you how the airplanes work. But right now, I'm not going to assign them to anything because I don't. Yeah, we can. How long? 260. No, yeah, okay. We can start on Blitzkrieg, I suppose. Everything else is coming along well. Constructions, yeah, you're all good. Production is looking good. We're gonna have to start producing. Oh, this division's arrived. The grill. We're just gonna up this, and we're gonna cancel that because pretty soon we're not gonna need them. So I'm kind of jumping the gun a little bit here, but because we're at peacetime, I can afford to have our troops not really in full combat fighting condition. So this is getting upset with me because I'm making a thing. I'm making, oh, we can add more ships. Let's add a submarine. And those will just auto-produce for the undersea boots and flutons and Undersea Boots Flot Wedigen. I think I said that right. So that'll make 9 of those a year. We don't have enough resources. We can just slightly adjust. Buy more tungsten from Sweden. Buy more oil from the United States of Freedom. And let's find these guys and keep a much closer eye on them this time. Eric von Manstein. Actually, we're going to send these guys over here and see if we can't do a bit of an encirclement. Because you can really missing equipment. Oh, that just went away. That's yeah, that'll pop up again once it realizes that I'm not actually making artillery guns anymore. Whoops, I didn't click that. What else are we making? Field hospital I'm going to grab because it's really good for conserving our manpower, which is something we're going to want to do. And is it 1937? We can grab the next level of that. Modify our government again. Yeah, we'll grab Rommel. He'll be serving in our military high command and leading armies. All right, so let's see if these guys can't join in this attack here. It's going pretty well already. This SS division, its width is 20. I don't want to. You need 10s or 20s, is what you're looking for in combat width. Oh, national focus. Don't ever let your national focus idle either. Oh, the Hindenburg survived. Sorry, I clicked that away really quickly. I should have read it. Basically, the Hindenburg. There's a couple things that can go one way or another. One of them is the Hindenburg. Another is Amelia Earhart. Whether she survives trying to circumnavigate the globe or she, disappears. In this case, the Hindenburg didn't crash. Okay, I'll stop and read this one because this one's important. Japanese and Chinese forces have skirmished inconclusively over the strategic Marco Polo Bridge, located just southwest of Beijing. China has rejected Japan's demands for an apology and territorial concessions, claiming instead that the breaking point of Japanese aggression has been reached. Diplomats fear that the volatile situation could result in war at any time. Interesting times indeed. So what that means is Japan has just done a part of their focus tree that lets them declare war on China. China has two options when this happens. Give up all this territory and hope Japan doesn't invade them. Surprised they do anyways. Or say, no, GTFO, and then Japan will very shortly declare war on China and most likely raffle stomp them. However, we can send volunteers to China or Japan. We can choose which one. I may support China just because for fun. And it's interesting to see alternate histories. And China has so much manpower. If you can fully get them like on their feet helping you, it can be huge. All right. This battle's going well. I'm trying to make myself keep a closer eye on these. I don't really care if Franco wins or not. For me, this is kind of just free army experience and training for my guys. Because these guys are level 2 trained right now. But in 46% experience, they will go up to the next level, which actually gives them a bonus. If you deploy your troops early, they'll be at level 1, which is green, and they'll have actually a malice to their abilities. But if you wait until they're done their training, like I've been doing with these guys, kind of just having them train in the background. I'm actually going to add 2 of you and do that. Actually, wait for that one to finish and then I'll... Because I want more... Generally my strategy is to have more motorized and more tanks than infantry and just leave the infantry to defending. So let's see if we have enough experience to change this guy out. Move you. Add... Oh no, we can't do that. Well, we need a lot more, but we will get a decent amount from this war here. That we're kind of just going to carefully micromanage. We normally won't micromanage our troops this much in a war. This one gives us more resources. This one makes us build things faster. I'm going to do construction first. Because right now, because construction is good to help us build these things faster, and then getting resources, that'll be more important later. Right now we can kind of just trade for them. So yeah, you definitely won't micromanage your troops as much. like I'm doing here. Once we start our actual war, it'll mostly be relying on these battle plans to do the work for us. Let's see how Poland is doing. They still haven't joined a faction, so the 4-year plan. Okay. So they're kind of just building up a little bit. It won't be enough. I've never seen a single game where Germany is being played by a human, where Poland has been able to fend them off. I have seen Poland played as by humans and done some pretty crazy stuff. But check our logistics, our self-propelled artillery. So we're saving up some of these. Once we get those into our divisions, they'll go pretty quick. I have seen Poland do some pretty crazy stuff. There is currently a glitch in the game, a bug, where if Poland takes all of Czechoslovakia, Germany can't do the demand Sudetenland, which is, as I talked about in the last episode. Oh, nice. See, this is the other one I was talking about. Amelia Earhart circumnavigates the globe. So I'm not going to read all of it, but basically she made it to, you know, quite an achievement. States. Okay, so see this Sudetenland. If Czechoslovakia doesn't control that, then Germany can't do demand Sudetenland, and it breaks the AI for Germany, and they sit there and don't do anything the whole game. What are we not producing? Oh, it was probably artillery. So yeah, if you're playing as Poland and you kind of want to cheese the game to win, then that's a thing you can do, but that's not something I would do, I think, except to like check it out. Right, where are troops? We're gonna see if we can sneak around here. If we can encircle these guys, we can wipe out these divisions. Oh, these guys. See, these guys just got encircled, so they have no supplies. They're cut off from supplies. Hang on, I'll come back right back to them in just a second. So they're cut off from supplies. So whatever attacks they try and do are not going to go so well. They suffer a bunch of malices when they don't have supplies. You can see that little red skull means they're losing troops to attrition. He may link up here again and save his troops. But if troops... Oh, I don't know what he's doing. Oh, okay. This is another important event. So the Soviet Union has pulled troops out of here, meaning Japan is really about to go to war with China. The Soviet Union has a choice whether or not to confront Japan, and they almost always say, yeah, no, I'm not dealing with this. So, oh wow, we're really falling apart here in nationalist Spain. Things are not looking good for the nationalists. I said I didn't care, but at the same time, I kind of want the war to keep going for a while. So I'm gonna try and do some work for Franco here. Take back some land. Taking back cities is important victory points because that's how victory is determined. Can I see how the war is going? Fighting an offensive war. Yeah, no, it won't tell me how the war is going, and I don't know if I can see how we're going. We're at 28 minutes. I just noticed that. I'm going to cut the episode right here, and I will be back probably for you tomorrow. So I won't do anything between episodes. I guess this will just be a longer episode because I'm inattentive. But with that, we will be back to see how the Spanish Civil War goes, if I manage to turn it around or not, and we'll continue learning how to play Hearts of Iron 4. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.